What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm the hot commodity Ant C,
the host.
and I'm joined by my hot commodity, Smoking Ant B. And today we are covering WWE WrestlePalooza live in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the first show on ESPN Unlimited, and we get a really interesting opening promo where it's the first we see the new opening package for WWE, the Then, Now, and Forever. Really nothing changed, just a new intro for it. And then we get this video package talking about ESPN and showing different highlights of WWE. We get a big firework display, and then Triple H welcomes us to the show. We then see Pat McAfee and Tyrese Halliburton arrive in a car in a funny moment that we laughed at. Triple H is like running to get on time to meet Pat McAfee. Pat then goes on to join commentary for a couple of matches. What did you think of this big opening for this show? It's supposed to be like WrestleMania, so.
Well, let me tell you, it was not like WrestleMania. It was a sad disappointment. There was one or two good matches, but for the spectacle they made of it, it did not live up to it. But we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Or the opening part was great. It made you think, like, wow, something big's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, all the fireworks.
Yeah. Well, spoiler, it doesn't.
That's usually how it is with WWE. There are a lot of show and then no talk. Our first match, John Cena taking on Brock Lesnar. John Cena comes out with a group of kids, and they pretty much amp him up on his entrance. And then Paul Heyman comes out and introduces Brock Lesnar, and that's all we see of Paul and Brock. He just came out to introduce the Beast. Early on in the match,
that real funny sign in the front row that says, "I sold my house for these seats," which is probably true.
Mm-hmm. You've been talking about that since it happened. You like that sign. Early on in the match, Brock lands a German suplex and applies a bear hug. Cena lands 3 FUs to Lesnar, but Lesnar kicks out. Lesnar ends up landing, get ready for this, 7 F5s and defeats John Cena here. After Brock F5s the referee and lands another F5 to John Cena, Brock has destroyed Cena. He pushes over the prime cart. He's pissed. What do you think of the match, and what do you think is next for Brock and possibly Cena?
Well, first of all, Brock Lesnar absolutely embarrassed John Cena. I mean, John Cena, he let him get that attitude adjustment. You know, like, he let him. He was like, all right, I'm tired. I need a break. I'll let you beat me up for 30 seconds.
Yeah, the whole match was dominated.
I mean, he destroyed him. What's next for Brock Lesnar? I don't know. You know, everybody wants to see him and Gunther, and WrestleMania's around the corner, so I'm thinking that might happen soon. Also, Gunther is coming, rumored to be coming back soon. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I'm excited to see him face. So,
what's your rating for this match? A being the best, F being it sucks.
I mean, I'll give it, you know, a C+. I mean, actually, this wasn't a bad match. It was just Cena got destroyed.
I just feel like I've seen this so many times with Brock and Cena that I didn't understand why it needed to be on his farewell tour. Because like every Cena Lesnar match, Lesnar beats the shit out of him, and like
they said last night he's only beat him one time.
Yeah, so this did nothing for Cena or Lesnar in my opinion.
And Cena's next PLE win will be his 100th PLE win. So.
But I give this match like a C or a D because I've seen it before, and I was expecting not more from Cena, but more storyline afterward. It was like, why did you do this? There was no explanation. It was just Brock wanted to fight Cena,
and I
Cena
mean,
just gave it to him.
Unfortunately, like, it made sense because Cena wouldn't stand a chance against Brock Lesnar in real life.
Yeah, I get
at this point. So, but yeah, it's just like I don't really understand it either. Nobody got into like, why are we doing this? Like, it was
why should we care?
Yeah.
Next, we have Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman against the reunited Usos. Special guest referee LA Knight. And LA Knight calls this match down the middle for the most part. Bron Breakker lands a Frankensteiner to Jay. Jay lands a flying crossbody to Bron for a 2 count. The Usos land a 1D to Bron Breakker, but Bronson Reed breaks up the pin. Reed misses a moonsault and Jimmy hits a swanton to Reed. Breaker spears Jimmy and then Jay spears Bron. Uso splash, but Bron kicks out. Jay almost hits LA Knight with a steel chair, but stops himself, and the chair ricochets against Jay Uso's face, so Jay is busted up really badly. And there was a funny video going around TikTok where like Jay is really hurt, and Jimmy's like, "It's alright," it's like trying to calm him down. Braun Breaker spears Jay Uso. Wait, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed spear the Usos through a table, and then Bronson Reed lands a tsunami to Jay, and the Vision get the victory here. What did you think of this match and the element of LA Knight being in it? Do you think that it mattered having LA Knight, and will there be more of an issue with LA Knight and Jay? I mean, LA Knight did kind of get involved a bit when it came with the steel chair, but other than that, it was kind of he let them go at it.
Yeah, and I mean, the only person that LA Knight is on good terms with in this match is Jimmy Uso. And he did give him a little leadway at one point when the first time he grabbed a steel chair, he turned away so he could hit Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
But, I think he added a little bit to it. It was a little more exciting having him as the referee. Nothing really became of it, but he did because he called it down the middle. Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't get about this match is that Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed aren't really trying to get the tag team titles. Mm-hmm. And if they were, I could see them being like, oh, well, we just beat the Usos. But everybody in the Vision right now is just kind of like on
Well, you got to remember, too, the Usos challenged them. It's not like they're this big group that's trying to destroy everybody, and the Usos didn't like getting attacked. So that's the storyline of the map. But
okay, well,
I guess the question could be, where do they go from here now? Because they finished the Usos, they haven't attacked anyone but the Usos. So what's going to happen now?
I mean, obviously Seth is not going to want either of them to be world champions, so they should go for tag team gold next. So, but it was.
What was your grade?
I would give this match like a C+.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good match. There was a lot of action, and I liked how they allowed some hardcore moments. LA Knight wasn't annoying. He was just there, which was good.
You could hear him calling a lot.
Yeah. Jey Uso got really fucked up. Like, he was bleeding bad. So I give it a C+ as well, because it could have been a B, but there was no reason for this match aside from them, getting the win division.
I was hoping it was going to bring Roman into it, which would have been nice, but that didn't happen.
For a while. Next, we have the WWE World Women's Championship on the line. It's the vacant right now. We have Stephanie Vaquer taking on Iyo Sky.
Best match of the night.
Yeah, I agree. That's night, and probably one of the better women matches I've seen in a long time. I will say that, and a lot of people talk about Rhea having good matches, and she does, but this was a match I definitely say.
I was very surprised Rhea wasn't in this pay-per-view.
And yeah. We'll give some highlights. Early on, Stephanie applies an arm lock over the ropes, and Iyo lands a backbreaker and dives onto Stephanie on the floor. Stephanie lands a springboard crossbody to Iyo onto the floor, and then Iyo applies a crossface. Stephanie hits the Devil's Kiss, which is not as fun when Booker calls it. They're just kind of like sitting there like, oh, where's Booker? It's like React. Stephanie lands SVB, but Iyo kicks out. Iyo lands a super Spanish fly. Stephanie kicks out of that. Iyo exposes her knees and lands a double knee in the corner, but Iyo misses a moonsault, allowing Stephanie to land a really cool spiral tap. And Stephanie Vaquer is the new WWE World Women's Champion after Iyo and Stephanie bow to each other as a sign of respect. And that is how you have a match. Best match on the card. I know you wanted Iyo to win, but Stephanie definitely deserved it. She's killing it. And now both NXT girls, Julia and Stephanie, have titles in WWE. Iyo will get a shot at it and will be champion again, but Stephanie deserved it. A+ for me. What do you think?
Yeah, this was definitely the best match of the night. I definitely give it an A. I do agree. She deserved it. I really like Iyo, but I like her too. So there was really no bad outcome of the match, and they killed it.
Yeah, I agree. They did good. They fucking killed it. Next, we have the match that I was most looking forward to, but we have the World Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch and her husband, the World Champion Seth Rollins, taking on AJ Lee and CM Punk. And this is AJ Lee's first match back in over 10 years. Seth and Becky come down the ring. It's really cool. They're like on this pedestal. They're all wearing purple, and it slowly comes down. That looked cool. Beth and Seth are wearing Beth. Why am I calling her Beth? Becky and Seth. I'm combining their names.
Beth.
They're wearing Suicide Prevention Month colors, and CM Punk and AJ are sporting LGBTQ plus colors, which is good to see. Early on in the match, basically Becky involves and AJ chases Becky around. Becky's not able to get in the ring and do anything because she keeps tagging in her husband. AJ lands a Hurricane Rana, a flying crossbody to Becky. There's a moment where CM Punk and AJ land a double Shining Wizard. AJ locks in the Black Widow, and CM Punk applies a sharpshooter to Seth. And then AJ applies the Black Widow to Seth Rollins. Seth and Becky land a double pedigree, but AJ and Punk kick out. CM Punk stomps Seth Rollins, and then Becky applies a sharpshooter to CM Punk, which Punk reverses into a figure 4. Seth and pedigree CM Punk, lands a stomp, but then AJ stomps Seth Rollins. Becky hits a manhandle slam to AJ. AJ kicks out. Becky tosses AJ off the announce table onto CM Punk and Seth Rollins, who are on the other desk. That desk breaks, and the end comes when AJ applies the Black Widow to Becky Lynch. Becky taps out. AJ and CM Punk get the win. Clear they were going to win going into this, but Becky tapped out to AJ Lee, and AJ might have a title shot here. Good match, but it went a bit too long for the story, in my opinion, and it was good, but I give it like a B-. It could have been better. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I think it could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. It was her first match back, and she hasn't wrestled in 10 years. She did pretty good, but there was a lot of mistakes and like little things. I think that Seth and Becky carried it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was a fun match.
Good. Next, we get a surprise. The Undertaker shows up on his motorcycle, and he sees Stephanie McMahon at ringside, and he sits next to her, and he's like, you've been following me a long time. She's like, I have, and Stephanie's playing into it. And he basically says, Stephanie, you are the first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026. She's smiling, but you could tell she's embarrassed that this happened on live TV.
She definitely didn't know.
Her fucking loser Teletubby friend that does the podcast is there behind her smiling. Stephanie kicked her out of her fucking chair so Taker could sit. But what did you think of Stephanie? I was happy for this. I'm glad she's going into the Hall of Fame.
Me too. And I think it would be really cool if they inducted Shane too.
She's definitely more. This is her fucking moment.
That's true. I also am curious to see if Vinnie Mac will be there.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. If Vince will be there, he should, even though he's not a part of it. Like, it's his daughter. Like, and I get it.
And
like,
he created all.
I hate to say it's not like he killed anybody. Like, if he killed someone, then you could understand. Being like, oh, Vince, but like, how many people fuck people while they're working? Like,
and he didn't rape her. He was paying her.
Yeah.
And she was taking the money.
Well, congratulations, Stephanie, on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Our main event, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defends against Drew McIntyre here. This is a pretty basic main event. We see Drew land an Alabama slam to Cody Rhodes across the ring steps. Cody lands a superplex. Drew goes to Claymore Cody into the desk, but Cody moves and Drew goes into the desk himself. The end comes when Cody lands a crossroads. The referee is not there at one point, and Cody just gets the win. And for me, this felt really flat. After I heard the plan initially, Randy Orton was going to come out and fuck over Cody, allowing Drew to get the victory. That would have been so much better, but this is shitty fucking WWE, and they have to go with we're just going to let Cody
If you didn't remind me this happened, I would have forgot.
Me too.
It was so lackluster. I mean, honestly, like, the women should have main evented it, really. Like,
yeah, after that match was
terrible.
And I don't know why. Like, yeah, Drew fucks. He acts
And
like
why
he
is
fucked up his
Drew
knee.
like not fucking winning the belt? Like come on. Cody
Yeah.
doesn't need to be champion all the time. Cody doesn't need the belt. Everybody
I
loves
agree.
him. Ooh,
I
Cody
think Drew
Rhodes,
should
like,
win. We should have saw
come on.
Orton turn heel because it was just another basic bland match. I give it a C. Like, it really didn't do anything. But ESPN did a review. Well, a writer for ESPN did a review of the show, and they gave it a C overall. And that's their first
And that's sad.
company. They paid all this money, and they
Yeah.
give it a C. What do you think about that? Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think a C is being gracious, to be honest. Also, ESPN the highlights, they don't show the winner in the highlight reels.
Yeah, well,
It's like
that
it's
was so
stupid.
you know,
Like,
boring.
it's just-
Fuck Cody. Cody needs to turn heel or go away. Like, it's so
Yeah.
boring. We live in such like a fucked up time that's like no one wants to see someone smiling all the time and being like, I'm gonna represent the
like,
world. You're not
okay,
Superman.
You've kissed enough babies. We get it.
Yeah. Well, all in all, WrestlePalooza, I'm gonna agree with ESPN and I'm gonna give it a D. Like, it wasn't that good. There was only one match on that card that really was worth going back to watch, and I was looking forward to it. So I'm curious as to what WWE is gonna do going forward. There's been no like info about what's gonna happen on Raw tonight. Normally they tell you matches that have been booked, but there's been nothing. So I'm excited to see what's next. We just watched Royal Rumble 2001, so we're going to be dropping our IGDR Season 4 review of that. We have Raw, SmackDown, NXT a lot coming your way. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts. What did you think of WrestlePalooza? Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.